Today, our guest is Novella Jafaroglu, head of Women's Rights Defense Center named after Dilara Aliyeva. She is marking her 7th birthday on March 3rd. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. How was your 70 years of life? How was your childhood? Where were you born? I was born in Nakhchivan. I lived there until I was 5. I also lived in Moscow for a while. But in general, I spent my youth in Baku. Every summer we visited Nakhchivan. We spent summer months in different regions of Azerbaijan. My father taught us to love Azerbaijan lands. He usually preferred Azerbaijan lands to other regions. A bit about your family. You are one of the very few Azeri women who is using her father's name as a surname. What can you say about your parents? My father was head of Supreme Soviet Council in Nakhchivan during the Soviet period. We were expelled from Nakhchivan within 24 hours due to my father's some initiatives that didn't meet Soviet interests. Namely, he tried to move Armenians to Yerevan from Nakhchivan. We left Nakhchivan with a train for Baku. So, what about your Baku life? I lost my father in Baku. I loved my father a lot. He died at 42 years of age. I got admitted to university, and my dissident life in the university began. And also your love life began in the university. What about it? I must say I was a pretty woman. How did you happen to love your husband? I loved my husband when I worked in Kalaki in Nakhchivan. At what year? In late 1960s. I met Abulfazl Elchibey, former president, in Kalaki. You know, I was talking a lot about distance, Russian distance. I got familiarized with Abulfazl Elchibey when I was working in the laboratory. Once he told me to visit him. I was a young girl and I was thinking that he will declare his love to me, and I was preparing to react to it. We talked near a walnut tree. He told me that our state was democratic. We had a leader as Mehmed Emin Resulzadeh. I didn't understand what he was speaking for 40 minutes. I was expecting something other. I first saw our flag then. He showed me the Azerbaijan flag. So you became democratic? No, I was a so-called Russian dissident. But Abulfazl Elchibey taught me to love my people, my nation, Turkism. He was much talking about Atatürk, Turkish leader. When I asked him why he was saying it to me not in the office but in a tree area, he said that he was followed by Russian intelligence service at the time. So it was a turning point to my nation. And a turning point to love again. Yes, to my husband. How did you meet him? He was a lead engineer in our lab. He was very close to Abulfazl Elchibey. When they told me that Russian Empire will be pulled down, I was crying. At that time, I fell in love with my husband. Prospective husband, I must say. My family didn't approve him, however, later I familiarized him with my uncles. They liked him. So my uncles and aunts agreed. Then my family had to agree as well. So you got married. What about your family life? It was nice. My husband understood me very well. We have been married for 40 years, though we spent 20 years of it in different countries. He is in Israel and I am in Azerbaijan. But you didn't divorce? No. They understood that I preferred staying in Azerbaijan. My motherland is Azerbaijan and I'll be buried here. Now your children are in Israel. Your husband is in Israel. How are your relations now? Nice. They are visiting me. I am visiting them. How many children do you have? 3 sons. All live in Israel? All married? Yes, 2 are professors, 1 is doctor. 2 are married with Azerbaijanis and 1 with a Jew. And grandchildren? Do you have grandchildren? I have 6 grandchildren. And what about your public activities? How did it happen that you became a rights defender? You know, from the very beginning, I defended the rights, violated rights of people. And you know, in Turkey, there was, in Atatürk's period, there was a society for defense of women's rights, and Abu Bakr made the same initiative in Azerbaijan. So he familiarized me with Dilara Aliyeva. So I began this way together with her, Dilara Aliyeva. And how was your public life? I must say, life as a rights defender and your activities, public activities. I must say you that I'm not disappointed the social life, public life. I have very nice students. I have brought up a good team of leader women or female leaders. I was beaten, I was insulted, I was arrested, but none of this made me to withdraw. Azerbaijan regained independence, and the situation of rights defender wasn't fixed, you know, it was flexible during independence period. And how do you evaluate the governmental protection of human rights? What is the situation now? You know, their rights are violated now, as it were violated in 1990s as well. It has always been violated, but now it is less frequent than in previous periods. Earlier we couldn't write much in the newspapers, but now it is possible. So you have a good studio, and we can express our opinions in your studio, for example. And something that worries me is the suspension of the broadcasting of VOA, BBC radio in Azerbaijani frequencies. It makes us worry, it makes us concerned, because we express our opinions through VOA. I want to tell a story to you. It's very interesting. For example, in 1994, the police entered our office, and I was talking to Kalaki. Oktay Gasimov was in Kalaki. I was talking to him on phone. I told him to inform Hillary Clinton that these police don't allow us working. And at that time, the policemen told us that they wanted just to drink a tea and nothing else. They feared the way. And is your labor appreciated in Azerbaijan? I know that you have international awards. What international awards do you have? And has Azerbaijan government awarded you? I must say no. I have not received anything from government, but it doesn't matter for me. But you know, the most valuable thing for me is that you appreciate me. It is the best thing for me. You know, it is very honorous that some people like you call me mother. It is the biggest award for me, and it is enough for me. I wish you best of luck, happiness. We congratulate you on behalf of our studio, our TV, Objective TV. Today my guest was Novella Jafaroglu, head of the Women's Rights Defense Society. Thank you for inviting me and taking such an interview. It is a great award.